Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. You joined us just on the outskirts of Zone 1. We're about to head over the bridge into Zone 2. The problem is we're going to encounter raiders. That's why we set up these bunkers last episode and we're going to dive in. Today's going to be very much a recon mission as we explore this new area. Now I know there's 2 islands, 2 zones, 2 settlements there that we can build on, but that's not where I'm looking. This top settlement here is a good one because it's got iron, which we do need. But it runs right past one raider outpost and another one at the top. So we want to try and play it safe. Now, we're not going to pick up anything exploratory or anything yet. We just want to try and uncover as much of this landscape as possible. So we're going to try and keep out of range. We do have a heavy cannon equipped to our Pathfinder, so that should defend us quite well. But I am concerned. I do want to make sure that we're doing things right and taking it slow, so we're just going to have a general kind of pootle around and see if we can find anything of interest. Ideally, looking for a new settlement. Somewhere that's a little bit safer than the space that we've currently got. If we can find an old wind turbine or water tower or something that we can explore, that would be really good. So there's a new zone here, and I think that is also a power plant. That is a relay station. And this zone here has copper ore and a restorable ruin, an old fish farm. Good for food, but not really what we're looking for. So let's carry on. I think this might be, it might only be 3 islands here. There's an old military bunker or some description there, military outpost. And we're just going to unveil as much of this fog as we possibly can. Now, we've got to watch out for roaming raiders because they will be out and about. Hopefully not coming near us yet. We'll come right up to this settlement, which we're not going to go for yet. There's an end zone there, which might be useful. And a hospital. Woo! We're under attack. I don't know where that was. Somebody came for us. And that has left us in a bit of a pickle. Ah, okay, I see it now. There's a raider outpost just behind it there. You can just see the red. There it is. Mike the Mega Devourer has an outpost there. Right, okay. Oh, that was tense. Right, we need to try and explore a different route then. I'm a bit concerned that there's another one right on the outskirts of this area, so we're going to need to go back along here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's go back home, see if we can repair. Ooh, right. Okay, so it might be that we have to just buck up and go for this one, where we've got an old warehouse and a decaying mine, which is for coal. And we've got 2 lots of copper here. It's not ideal, but we do need to get a foothold in this new area. Now, we repair the Pathfinder relatively quickly. Can our buggies equip weaponry? Because currently we've got some weapons attached to the bunkers here. We could take them off and put them on the buggy. So Mike has a bunker there. I wonder if we can try and destroy that one. And then we've got another one up here which belongs to Lizzie Rasmus. I wonder if we can actually destroy these. It might be worth us building a buggy and taking a risk here. So let's build a buggy. I'm going to take a few people away from... What's going on here? Decontaminator. Now, they don't have any kits yet. And that's because we're still waiting for things to come through. That's what I needed to do. Silly. We need to actually build here. We need tools. That's what we're missing out on. So in our Pathfinder for now, while we're building this buggy, we will have a look. We'll grab some of these and some of these. Then we'll head down to our friend over here, Rusty Rolf, and we'll trade with him. Now, our buggies can equip armaments. That's good. We needed to know that, actually, because... Do we have any armaments stored here? No. We got no armaments stored in Medici. We have no armaments stored here. Now, I'm tempted, because there was... This military ruin here will likely have a weapon. We need a blowtorch. But if we can get over there, that could be useful. Okay, so we've made it. We're going to trade all of these. We're going to buy iron. Then we are going to turn that into iron tools. And use those iron tools to get our iodine production up and running. So we've upgraded another decontaminator. We've got another decontaminator in situ there. The electronics workshop doesn't have any copper left, but that's fine. We don't actually need the copper cable anymore at this moment in time. I'm a bit worried about our power supply there. Doesn't seem to be... I mean, it seems fine. Like, thinking about it, it is going down, but it also comes up quite regularly as well. Like, our wind turbines are producing enough power, 150 per minute. And if I have a look at our energy networks, you can see here, okay. So Newtown is now consuming a large amount of that grid. We have our biogas plant up and running. I wonder then if down here, there was a wind turbine, wasn't there? We can bring that up and running, but then we would have to sort of get things done quite quickly. Here, I mean, we haven't really been doing much here, and they are able to survive. I mean, their food is starting to dwindle a little bit, so that's something we're going to need to be careful of, because they've got no tools. Right, so we now need to drop this stuff off here. Not into the Pioneer, though. We'll have our Pioneer load up some tools for now. And then they can go over to Crimson Canyon. Here, we'll drop this off. They'll start producing iron tools. And then over here, we've got normal tools and, again, normal tools. Now, our tool production is getting throttled a little bit. The decontaminators aren't able to do their work because we don't have any iodine yet, so that's our next step, but we're not producing iodine here. I am just going to have a look at my transport routes though, because if we have a look here on this one, that is running scrap. What's currently doing that one? Right, we've got a buggy doing that one, which is fine. And over here, we've got a buggy doing that one. Now, they're taking a lot of scrap straight away. So we're actually going to remove that from there. So we're going to add in Newtown. And instead of doing this, they're not going to unload anything. And they're not going to load anything. So from Medici, they will load any iodine that they are able to get their hands on. And then they'll unload that there. Done. Great. So that scrap route just takes on an extra bit. Then over here in our Pathfinder, we've got iron tools being produced. We've got a new buggy here. Now this buggy is just going to head down to bunker. And they're going to take the cannon. And then the Pathfinder very quickly is just going to grab... Let's have them grab some cannabis. And they're going to go trade this with Rusty Rolf. Get some iron tools. And then those iron tools are going to go straight up to where we want them to go. Now our power is really dwindling here. What's our battery doing then? Battery's been damaged and needs a repair. It needs copper for that repair. Right, okay. So let's trade 2 units of copper from Rolf. Start with, and then we'll dump all of this in. Then we are going to see... Has he got any special offers? No. Iron tools. We'll bring in 2 units of copper. We can get a few more, actually. There we go. Great. We'll leave the trading post, and then we'll head back up and drop this off. That'll allow us to get the repair done. Water is dropping as well. That's something we're going to need to work out very quickly. So let's have a look at our professions. We can drop a couple of foragers. No, let's not do that. We'll drop foresters. We'll also drop the clay diggers. Back down to 5. We'll leave gardeners and salvagers and lumberjacks. We'll also drop some of our electricians because we don't necessarily need that yet. Not now anyway. And we'll take out a few miners. And some brickmakers. Then we'll have a look at our water carriers. We'll bump that up to max. There we go. Perfect. That leaves us with 20 settlers not doing anything as well, which is quite good. Then we will take this off and we will have them equip that armament. Done. Then our Pathfinder is now done as well. We're going to trade these goods over. Then we're going to head down to the bridge. We now have a Pathfinder and a buggy equipped with stuff. We'll go and have a go at Mike the Mega Devourer's base. I've just realised what I had meant to do. I just come back here a second with you. We're going to exchange goods. You are going to take on all of those iron tools. You're then going to go back to Medici. You're going to drop those off. We've got some angry citizens in Medici. What are they angry about? They're angry about corpses on the roads. Nobody's working in the graveyard, that's why. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's the only reason they're so unhappy. Oh, that's frustrating. I moved that and didn't put anyone to work in it. Right, can we fit in like a campfire or something for them? Pavilion. Damn, it's the lack of space that really, really messes things up here. They're running out of food. We should be able to get them tools now. There we go. That gives them food. And let's get them some more food production. Let's see. Can we just give them another foraging hut? Yeah, let's do that. More foragers' huts. That'll help. Okay, right. We've now got these two. Have you arrived as well? Yes, you have. You're going to drop off all of that sort of stuff. And then we're going to have you resume your transport route. Good. Right, so that's going to start producing iodine for us. Not permanent, though, because we need the iron tool production. We've got a drought coming in we're going to need to be very careful of. This might not be the best time to go after Mike, but we will do it anyway. Now, can we actually just attack Mike? Ooh. Hang on a minute, though. Let's just stop here, because that wind turbine will be very useful for us. Crimson Canyon is now producing food, and food is being produced in Medici. Medici's running out of water. Not good, on the verge of a drought, so we're going to pump everybody we can into the jetties to try and fill the water up quickly. Crimson Canyon should be able to last. Right. Let's just go and see if we can do this. Where's Mike? Mike is right there. Yeah, we can't do that. Our buggy is down. Okay, so we've got a destroyed vehicle there now. Mike, his bunker's pretty big, really. Right, let's start this expedition. Didn't work out very well at all. But if we get to the top of this wind turbine, we can unveil quite a lot of the map. Try and act a bit safely. We need an axe, so we'll end our expedition. We'll dump all of that into there. And then we'll head back home. Okay, so knowing that there's a raider base there, I don't think it's going to repair though. So we might go and have another go at that. Maybe we should build another buggy. Or can we? Let's have a look at research. Not the mule, really. We don't want a mule. Titan. Nomad. The mule is a bit quicker though. Let's research the mule. Because we could then build a mule which will have more hit points. Yeah, the mule's got 200 hit points. The nomad's got more. But I reckon we might be okay here. Obviously, we've got a wreckage over there. And now we have raiders moving in. So, looking over here, Mike hasn't actually repaired that bunker. We've got some stuff there that we can bring back. We are going to build a buggy. This is now fully repaired, so we're going to exchange these goods. We're going to put them in there. Then we will have our Pathfinder, and you can see now we have raiders roaming the land. It is the Nihilists. They will attack if a unit comes too close. They are probably going to come over the bridge. Yes, they are. So I'm going to bring my Pathfinder down to the bridge to get ready to attack them. I reckon they're coming over. Yep, here he comes. And the bridge defenses hold out nicely. So we can loot the wreck. We can take his light machine gun. This is good. Excellent. Right. So that's perfect. That works out really well for us. Lots of introductions here for raiders and stuff, but we're able to cope with that. Somebody is threatening to attack our settlement. They can't get over to us without going through there, so we're not actually going to pay them at all. Let them come. I'm going to drop these things off. We'll put that light machine gun in there as well. Oh no, they're coming in. Right, so what have they got? Oh my word. Right, this is difficult. This is not nice. Right, let's pay them. I don't want to, I don't want it to be too much. So let's pay them some water. We can't pay them water, really, can we? We'll do that. There you go. Right. We've paid Lizzie a tribute and she's left. Yeah, I did not quite, I wasn't keen on that. That they had a big force there, so we're going to leave that. We're then going to go and try and destroy Mike's base. So it's quite frustrating that they can actually just come from whatever side of the map they want. That's something that we're going to really need to be aware of. It also means we're probably going to have to... In fact, let's just do that very quickly because there was a light machine gun that we got there. So I'm going to move that down to here. And we're going to put that on this bunker. So Medici now, happiness is kind of coming back because... there aren't as many dead people there. We've also unlocked potatoes, which is nice. Now we're going to arm this building with the light machine gun. Then we've got another buggy here. And we've unlocked the mule, but we need 10 units of something for that. I think that might be iron. Could be copper. But for now, has he repaired that? No, it hasn't been repaired. Good. So we're going to move these two vehicles again over to here. Now, there's a wreck right there that I'm going to try and loot. so we can get that armament back. Now, we don't want to do that. Right. So, if we can get close enough without... Yeah, we can loot that. We can take that, load it all up, and then get out of there. Yes, he's made it. Good. Right, we'll have both of these vehicles head back now. They'll get repaired. Then we should, hopefully, be able to get our mule up and running. Okay, right. Looking at our research now. What do we need for the Nomad? 25 units of something. I wonder if that's copper. A Nomad would be a better one to do. So what I'll do is I'll have the buggy come up to here. They'll get repaired. Then we will have them load up. They've got a light cannon there, so we're going to drop that off. Then they're going to load up. What are they missing? Right, we've got no copper and no iron. I think it's iron that we need. So we'll take, again, what are we going to take this time? We will take... We can take some copper cable, actually. So let's take 3 units of copper cable down to Rolf. We'll trade that for iron. Then we'll use the iron to research the Nomad. And then hopefully we'll build a Nomad. Now, we could go to any garages and stuff, but I don't have access to that yet, so I don't want to take that risk. I want this research done as soon as possible. So we're going to grab the fire axe. We're then going to head back out over to the wind turbine. Now, apparently this is not connected to the power grid. Something has gone wrong here. What is it? That's why my power's dropping. It's not connected to the relay station. That's why. So what's gone wrong there then? It was previously connected to the relay station, but now it isn't. Ah, right, it's connected now. Okay, right, we're fine. So we're going to start seeing that power go back up now. Really don't know what happened there. Right, okay. We have the Pathfinder now. We're going to trade up. We're going to grab some tools. We're going to head back out to that wind turbine. We also are struggling for standard tools at the moment. We don't have iodine coming through yet for some reason. Are we producing iodine? Right, okay, so down here we're going to trade this. We're going to drop these off. And we're going to bring in some iron. We can't bring in much iron, unfortunately. The copper cable doesn't seem to be a very good trade. We'll just do that and then leave. Then we are going to head up to here. I'm going to drop these off. Our Pathfinder has now arrived, so we'll start the expedition here. And we'll head up the ladder. And again, up the ladder, where we can grab a generator. We can grab what's in that barrel. We can open up this door. Getting out onto the top. We find a radio. And end our expedition. Good. Right, so we've found another new zone. Hasn't actually unlocked anything new, but we have found an interesting place over here. It's the location of Ole Sorenson, who is a trader. He has decontamination kits and rubber and beer, sand, water, and a special offer of a knowledge point. But he's also right next to Lizzie Rasmus's radar bunker. So we now know that we've got some clearing out to do. We've also got the Nihilist's bunker here. And there is a nice new settlement there with iodine, old fish farm, and a decaying copper mine. But now we need to head back. So the buggy now has some iron. It's going to drop off all of the iron there. And then we are going to take iron tools. We're going to head back up to this settlement here. Drop those tools off. I don't know what happened, but I could have sworn we were starting to get iodine in. Yeah, we got 440 iodine. Okay, good. Right, so we can now drop all of this off. We'll drop the axe off as well. And then we'll build our first mule. We can't because we've just dropped out of iron. Okay, right. Exchanging goods. Again, we're going to bring out, we might as well take gas masks again and rubber gloves. Head over to Rolf to buy some more iron. Yeah, okay, so we do now have power coming in, but if we have a look at our energy networks, you can see that we're not producing enough. So, looking at our wind turbines here, they produce 150 per minute, so we're producing 300 per minute. Which means we need more wind turbines. So we put them in. That should, now that's 600. If we look at our energy networks, the current one is using around about 1,400, 1,500. So this takes us up to 1,600 once we build these wind turbines, which sorts out the power. We've just arrived here. We're going to sell all of these things, and then we are going to buy again some more iron. This is not sustainable. We need access to a settlement that can produce iron. That is my next goal. To do that, we need to blast through Mike's little raider base here. It looks like we can settle on that side, which avoids Lizzie for now. This guy is the one we need to take out. We need to destroy that raider base as soon as possible. So if I can get my mule built, get it equipped, we'll attack him again next episode. So I hope you have enjoyed today's episode of Endzone 2, where we've made some really confusing but really useful strides. You can see the power is just flickering on and off. Hopefully that'll be solved next episode. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.